everyone, what's going on, and welcome back to another video on Conqueror's Blade. So, Kheshigs. Been a while since we've grabbed this unit out, but they have since had a rework, and, well, it was time we took a look at them. So, those of you who can remember, Kheshigs probably, well, 6 months to a year ago now, were crazy powerful. They just got absolutely ridiculous. I think it was best summarised by, I once had a comment on a Kheshig video I did where someone said that the Kheshigs moved so quickly, and he was on a bit of a potato computer, that the Kheshigs could get round the corner, run over him and his unit and kill him before they'd even loaded in on his screen. And that kind of gives you an idea of how fast and how brutal these guys used to be. Anyway, they got nerfed into the ground and haven't really been seen since. But now they've been reworked, they're back, and yeah, they're pretty good. They're perhaps not quite as crazy as they once were, but they're pretty good. So what has changed on them? What's the rework done, and why are they pretty nice? It's changed a few things. So it's split their charge. So traditionally, you used to have one ability, one charge. It used to be called the heroic charge. So the unit would charge forwards till either it hit a wall or till the end of where you set the charge, and then it would turn around and charge back. And that is ostensibly still what it does. But now you actually get the option to activate the turn and charge earlier if you want to. Whereas before it just ran automatically until the end of the charge line, which is obviously very hard to set a charge line when you're trying to, in the midst of a battle and trying to do it quickly. So you now get the option of, once you've through the unit, to press the 2 key, get the unit to return back when you want to. It's quite a lot nicer, it makes it a lot more of a usable return charge. We also get this thing called Saber Combo. It's sort of like a mini frenzy, or like a Condottieri's on watch. That's Azap's on watch. Let's go with that since I can't think of the Condottieri one. It like sends them into like a little bit of a frenzy mode. They attack quicker. Their attacks do bleed damage. They sort of move quicker and sort of auto lock onto the nearby units, and they get this for 5 seconds. It just basically gives them a damage boost. Although it does go on to say that for 10 seconds after the skill ends, the Kheshig's attack rate is reduced, so there is a consequence to it. But if you just want to quickly smash down a unit, then this is not a bad ability to use. In terms of veterancy line, I'm still running down the top line, same line as I had it before. This seems to be the line that's really focused on charge damage, really. Damage dealt to infantry by 10%. A 21% increase into charge damage, which is really nice to have. A lot of cooldowns as well, because the charge obviously has a reasonable cooldown timer. Increased melee attack damage, and then the extra 15% damage to infantry makes it really nice in my opinion. Bottom line, things like the increased defences and stuff like that, really not all that useful on a unit that is pretty fragile. And that is the main thing to remember with these Kheshigs. They are still fragile. They'll still get stopped by grey hair garrisons, that any pike unit, anything like that will stop them. They burn, and they don't have much defensive ability. So once they start getting shot at, hit, kicked, punched, anything like that, they go down really quickly. So they are very much a glass cannon in that sense. In terms of doctrines, I hadn't really got many cavalry doctrines, but there was a few interesting ones. We've got the sword cavalry doctrine, obviously nice, the extra 150 damage that you're going to be doing to infantry is well worth having. And of course, probably the more important one is the mobility speed, because the speed of these Kheshigs is intense, and it's really, really important to how they perform. Beyond that, we've just gone for an assassination doctrine and a breakthrough doctrine. You'll see that this unit is horrendously effective against enemy heroes. I mean, ridiculously so. I mean, it's so brutal against enemy heroes. So having this assassination doctrine just to boost that a little bit more is well worth having. A little bit of extra slashing damage because, well, why not? You can never have too much. And yeah, that really rounds out the doctrines. So yeah, really interesting unit. I say that every time, but it is an interesting unit. And certainly well worth unlocking if you haven't already, because this buff has made them quite strong. And yeah, I could tell from my first game this is going to be a unit that's well worth using. So let's hop into some battles with them. This was actually my very first game with them after pulling them back out. My first game in like 6 months. Started on Reginopolis. They are capping A. I kind of felt I had time to clear out the back supply point, which I kind of go around. They've still got this cavalry out here, these javs. these Kheshigs can easily catch them. Flattens both the heroes, all the cav, all the javelins, completely dead. Nice. Right, that secures our back, but A is still being capped. It's halfway through. We need to get down there. There is a lot of stuff there. You can see my sort of thinking, oh god, here we go. Go round, immediately wheel to the left. There's too much stuff, all these palace guards here that need to be dealt with. Unit immediately grabs the hero kill, pushes through the palace guards, clears it out with the assistance from the pikes. Really well in that situation. And that sort of encourages the team to come down off the supply point as well. And now we're starting to get a grip on this situation. Do a flank round, get around the back, get another hero kill. Just Xing the unit, following them forwards. Running into a lot of range now. I use the Saber ability to try and get them forwards, and then I'm basically just dragging them through the muskets. Unfortunately, we eventually get overwhelmed and do, of course, die. But, I mean, come on, how many hero kills did we pick up there? Pretty crazy. But on to White Elk Fort. And this time, I'm kind of playing them in a different way. I'm going for the one use. I know they're probably going to die, but I'm going to try and take as many people with me. The enemy is stacked all down this corridor, and they're facing towards the supply point, i.e. away from me. Looks like an Armager player had a similar idea, although we are slightly quicker. Going to go for a full length charge, and this unit just flattens everything. 30 kills, 40 kills, 50 kills, 70 kills. And they just flatten everything in their path. They are just absolutely ridiculous. I get stuck in with these archers, which just managed to escape. We get a chunk of them down with our Lockable Strike. Have a little bit of a hoo-ha with this pike hero. We managed to get him on the floor a little bit, but realistically this is a losing fight as a heavy armor poleaxe, so I just end up trying to get out of there. Unbelievably, I actually managed to escape, which was kind of lucky. Then we are on to Riverlands. This is again a slightly different way you can play them, a little bit more like the first clip, using them just to walk them over enemy heroes. And enemy heroes, when you're not charging, seems to be the main thing this unit kills. So, poleaxe, put the unit over him, is dead. I mean, it's almost instant. We're then just walking through a selection of units here. I do go for the charge because of these palace guards. It works a little bit, but not super effectively. I'm then trying to drag the unit through, sort of from the back of the palace guards to get them through and out. We pick up a second hero kill though as we do it. Pull back to regroup, but we've still got quite a lot of team in the point, you know, fighting for that A. And there's not that many of these palace guards left, a lot of them are damaged, so we pull the unit through it. Focus down on this longsword, he's dead, third hero kill. Push on to try and get the hit on this, the short sword, pull the unit over him. We get quite a bit of damage, I think he's probably in iron sides here though. As we get these iron caps put into that, there we go, we get him anyway, there's the fourth hero kill. I mean, if you want to know, is this unit good? Yes, they are pretty ridiculous. Perhaps they feel a lot like they've gone back to what they were 6 months ago. They're perhaps not quite as ridiculous as they were, perhaps not quite as fast, but they are still insanely powerful and really can do a lot of damage. You really have to watch out for things. I immediately veered off there because of those medals. It looked like the hero, one of them was dead. And you see we even get stopped a little bit by those stalwarts. Got enough force that we can sort of just push through them. But, you know, things do stop them. If you get it wrong, and you charge any sort of pikes, then you will die. They are very much a glass cannon. But in terms of the damage they do, it is really, really high. So they makes them just such an effective unit. Anyway, keep this to a fairly short video. Do you want to, is the question, is it worth unlocking these Kheshigs? Yes, in the current meta they are very strong, well worth using. But thank you for watching, do subscribe to the channel for a lot more Conqueror's Blade content, and we shall see you guys all on the next video.